Namaste students. In the previous module, I taught you a very important concept, photosynthesis. Can anybody give me a definition for photosynthesis? Yes, exactly. A biochemical process taking place in the presence of sunlight with the involvement of few raw materials to make a complex product, starch. Now, any concept, we need an experimental proof. So in today's module, I am going to teach you 3 experiments which will convince you about the essentiality of the 3 basic raw materials. So first experiment, what I am going to teach you is the essentiality of sunlight for photosynthesis. Now for any experiment, we have to know what is the aim of the experiment, what are the materials required, what is the procedure, what is the observation and the inference of the experiment. So let us start it. What are the materials required for doing this experiment? A de-starched potted plant, black paper, beakers, watch glass, tripod stand, wire gauze, burner, water, ethanol, iodine solution and dropper. Experiment is simple, though we have a lot of materials to conduct this. Let us see how do we de-starch a potted plant. So as a first step, we take a well-watered potted plant and we keep it in darkness for around 3 days, for 72 hours. What is the motive of keeping this plant in darkness? When we keep the plant in darkness, whatever starch is already present in the plant is being utilized. What for? For the process called as respiration. It is used up, it is oxidized and energy is released from that. So within that 2 to 3 days time, whatever starch is present is completely utilized. So the plant is de-starched. So I hope you understood how do we de-starch a plant. The next step, just select, you bring back this plant. Before you bring back this plant, select one leaf on this intact plant and just cover it with a black paper. So cover a portion of one leaf using a black paper. So this black paper should be covered on both sides of the leaf, dorsally as well as ventrally, both sides of the leaf. After covering with black paper, you bring back this potted plant and just leave it in sunlight for few hours. Which means you are again giving all the conducive environment for the plant to carry out photosynthesis. The only difference is it is a de-starched potted plant and one of the leaf, a portion of the leaf you covered with black paper, which means the tip of the leaf and the base of the leaf is not covered with black paper. Only the middle portion, exactly in the center, is wrapped all around with the black paper. Now we keep this potted plant back in the sunlight and allow it, permit it to carry out photosynthesis. After some time, you pluck the leaf and then you have to remove this black paper and you have to see whether photosynthesis has happened in this plant. For this we have to check for the end product. What is the end product? The end product is glucose, but glucose will be converted into starch. So you have to find out whether this plant carried out photosynthesis. So we have to perform a test for starch. Now this is a setup of a plant which after using this black paper and stripping it, we are bringing it back to the sunlight. So you can see exactly how we wrap the leaf with the black paper, how we cover it, okay? The next step is, this is the final step which I told, where we are going to test for the presence of starch. So how do we do it? So we took this leaf, we removed the black paper. Now the leaf is green in color. You studied in 9th standard. Can anybody tell me what is the test for starch? What is the reagent which you use for starch? Yes, exactly, it's iodine. If you take a drop of, few ml of starch and add a drop of iodine, what is the color, children? Yes, blue-black, exactly. It will turn blue-black. Now, as it is, the leaf is green in color. If you add a drop of iodine, will you be able to see it blue-black color? Because already the leaf is green in color. Because of the presence of, yes, tell me, chlorophyll, exactly. So we have to remove this chlorophyll so that the leaf will be pale. And on this pale leaf, if you add a drop of iodine, only it will turn blue-black if starch is there. So as for first step, what we're doing is, we are removing the chlorophyll pigment. This process is called as leaching, okay? The pigment is leached out. So what we do is, we take that leaf, remove the black paper, and this is called as this is the tripod stand, which I showed you in the materials required. And this is the burner, Bunsen burner. 2 beakers, I wrote beakers. So a big beaker, a large beaker with water inside. You first take the leaf, put it in this beaker containing water and boil. So you have to place a wire gauze. You saw other requirement. One requirement was wire gauze. Wire gauze is a mesh which you normally keep on this tripod stand, and you keep the burner below that. So the direct impact of the fire won't be there. It will spread evenly the flame, okay? So the water starts boiling. This is called as a water bath, we can say, okay? Water starts boiling. You take the leaf and you put inside the boiling water. What is the purpose of putting this leaf in the boiling water? So we are actually, all the cells are being, the enzymes are denatured, and all the membrane like cell membrane, cell wall, etc. becomes soft. The next step is, you take out this leaf and you're placing in a small beaker containing alcohol. Take another beaker, pour some ethyl alcohol or ethanol, transfer this leaf from the first beaker to this ethanol, which is found in a small beaker. Now this ethanol, you cannot directly keep it on the flame. Ethanol is highly inflammable. It will catch fire, okay? So you cannot take that small beaker with ethanol inside which you transfer the leaf and keep it directly on the flame. Rather, you have to use a water bath. What is this water bath? For that, you take a larger beaker with water and you keep it on this mesh or thing called as wire gauze, and then you start boiling it, okay? When the water is starting to boil, you can place slowly this beaker containing ethanol into that. You have to take care of precaution is, this water should not overflow inside, okay? So it should be in such a manner that the water should be only half the level of the inner beaker. So this is actually boiling with the help of a water bath. I told you the reason why we cannot directly keep the small beaker containing ethanol and leaf onto the flame, because alcohol is highly inflammable. So why are we doing this? This is done in order to remove the chlorophyll pigment. So in this procedure, after some time, we can see that ethanol turns green in color, which means from the leaf, all the pigments came out. That is the second step. The third step is, you can just take out this water leaf and just show it in running water, wash it off to make it, soft. Otherwise it will be brittle, because we have been boiling it twice, once in water, second time in ethanol. So just show it under the tap, running water, take it off and keep it in a petri dish. Petri dish is a small glass dish, okay? So spread the leaf onto the petri dish. Now leaf is pale in color because no chlorophyll in it. Add a drop of iodine onto this leaf. Now can you guess the observation? Can anybody tell me what will be the observation? Which part of the leaf will turn blue-black? Which part of the leaf will not be blue-black? Because now we are testing for the end product of photosynthesis, whether the leaf carried out photosynthesis, okay? Now you can see that the region which was covered with black paper, this region exactly was covered with black paper, was not turning blue-black. When you added iodine onto the entire leaf, use a dropper and drop iodine onto the entire leaf. You can see that the portion exactly where you covered with the black paper was not turning blue-black, while the tip of the leaf and the base of the leaf, which was not covered with black paper, was blue-black in color, or responded or reacted to the starch test, or showed positive to the starch test, which means here this region has got starch. Here starch is there, but this region did not have starch. Now let me ask you a question. Can you tell me what is the reason? What is the reason for this central region which is covered with black paper not turning blue-black? Yes, anybody? Yes, because starch is not there, okay? Now this is how exactly, it looks like after we remove the black paper. Part of the leaf which was not covered with black paper strip, these two ends, the base of the leaf and the tip of the leaf. This is the portion of the leaf that was covered with black strip of paper. Now let me mark out. You should guide me what I should write here. What is the color of the leaf here? Can anybody tell me, is it pale or is it blue-black? Yes, it is pale or blue black? Blue black in color. What about this region? The portion of the leaf that was covered with black paper? It is colorless. Okay, same exactly like that of iron. Or you can say pale itself. No blue-black color. And what about the base of the leaf? Yes, again it is blue-black in color. Now let me ask you, why this region which was covered with black paper did not turn blue-black or did not turn positive to the starch test? What does it prove? What is the inference of this experiment? Yes, it proves that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis because this portion we covered fully in the center, the dorsal region as well as ventral region with the black paper. So there was the leaf cells did not get sunlight, so they couldn't carry out photosynthesis. So this experiment proves the essentiality of sunlight for photosynthesis. So we have done with one experiment where we proved the essentiality of sunlight for photosynthesis. Now comes the role of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, see, what is it? It is not something which is unfamiliar for you. You know what is chlorophyll, okay? Now, where is chlorophyll found? In which part of the plant? We already saw in a previous module, the food factory. What is food factory? It is leaf, yes. So here is an image of a leaf, and inside leaf, where is it found? Chloroplast, a cell organelle. Inside the chloroplast, where? Is it grana or stroma? It's found in the grana. So this is a wonderful pigment, a wonder pigment we can say, okay, which runs the entire universe. Now we are going to see here the second experiment which proves the essentiality of chlorophyll for photosynthesis. Again, the requirements are almost same, so quickly we will just go through. I won't repeat again how we destarch the plant, a destarched potted plant, but one difference here, you take a plant with variegated leaf. You may be wondering, what is this variegated leaf? Variegated leaf is nothing, something like this. You can find a leaf which is not fully green in color. It has got yellow color, different colors. Some part of the leaf do not have chlorophyll. Some part of the leaf has chlorophyll. Such a leaf is called as a variegated leaf. So we have to select a healthy, well-watered potted plant, but it should have a variegated leaf. Now the next, so the other requirements you can just have a quick run through. Paper and pencil. Only paper and pencil and these variegated plant is different here, but otherwise everything is same. Okay. Now let us take a well-watered, healthy potted plant of a variegated plant. Okay, it's a variegated plant. Now we have to destarch it. For destarching, we are keeping this plant in darkness for 72 hours. So all the starch is used up by the plant for its respiratory activity. The next step. Place the potted plant, bring this potted plant from the dark room back to the sunlight and leave it there for a few hours. So understand the difference between the previous experiment and this experiment, okay? Now, after some time, you pluck one of this variegated leaf and then this leaf has got some green and non-green area. So what we have to do is, we have to sketch the leaf. This is a variegated leaf. Can you just have a look at this diagram? This is a variegated leaf. So what you have to do is, you have to just take the pencil and paper and just sketch out the regions which was green in color. Because I think you can just understand why we are doing this, okay? We are just sketching out the green and non-green area of the leaf. All the green areas and non-green area. The next step is, we need to know whether there is starch in the entire leaf. For that, we are plucking that leaf, we are sketching the leaf, we are just marking out the green and non-green area, and when we are performing the starch test. Can you just tell me what is the starch test? What do we do? Okay, we just boil the leaf first and then pass it to another beaker containing ethanol and we boil it using a water bath. Why? Yes, because it's highly inflammable. After that, we take the leaf, just wash it in running water because the leaf will be brittle. So we make it soft by showing it under running water or just wash it off. Place it in a watch glass or a petri dish. Add iodine on the leaf. Now I'll ask you, why did we boil the leaf in alcohol? Yes, to remove the chlorophyll. So now the leaf is pale in color, full, without any shade of green color. That is why in the beginning, before we do this, as quickly as we plucked off, we just sketched the leaf in order to know which part had green color, which portion of the leaf had green color, okay? At the end of the experiment, you'll understand why we plotted this. So we just, once more I'll say, we plucked the leaf, we boiled it in water, we transferred into ethyl alcohol, placed it in another water bath, we heated it, we washed the leaf, and then we performed the iodine test for the presence of starch. Now we have to see the observation, okay? So the leaf will look like this. This is the variegated leaf before starch test. After the starch test, you can just have a look at the area where it is blue-black. All the regions which we plotted as green, where chlorophyll was present, will turn blue-black. The other regions, which was of light yellowish shade or whatever, which did not have chlorophyll, will not perform photosynthesis. Only the green regions, see, how do we compare it? Imagine we didn't make a sketch of this leaf. How do we know? Okay, so that's why in the beginning itself, we sketched and we found out the region which is green in color. So after the experiment, we compared with this. We take the leaf and we take the original sketch of the leaf and see all the regions which we marked as green in color was blue-black. So here you can understand that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. Now we come to the third experiment to prove that carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis. You can see here the plants take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. It is rejuvenating the atmosphere, okay? And we take in, or animals take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So there's a balance. But this picture is exactly the same thing, okay? Now, do plants need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis? Let us have a look at this experiment. Let us verify this experiment, okay? Now, take two potted plants of similar size. The requirements are glass plate, bell jar, watch glass, beaker, petri dish, Bunsen burner, forceps, dropper, potassium hydroxide, ethyl alcohol, iodine solution, water. These are the requirements. Now let us have a look at the procedure. Take two healthy potted plants A and B which are nearly the same size. Keep it in darkness for 3 days. It's destarching. Place each plant on a separate glass plate. Place a watch glass containing potassium hydroxide by the side of the plant A. Potassium hydroxide has got a greater affinity to carbon dioxide. But plant B, you're not placing a watch glass containing potassium hydroxide. Cover both the plants with separate bell jars. It's a glass bell jar. And just seal the bottom of this bell jar with Vaseline. This is in order to prevent the entry of air or make it airtight. Keep the plants in sunlight for 2 hours. The setup, both the plants keep in sunlight for 2 hours. Take off the bell jar, pluck a leaf from each plant, place it in 2 beakers and add ethyl alcohol. Beaker A and beaker B. Now you have to perform the same experiment you remember for the starch test. Keep it on a boiling water bath. Plant beaker A with leaf A, beaker B with leaf B. Okay? Means from the plant A and plant B. Alcohol will decolorize the leaf, remove the pigments, and you can find this alcohol will be green in color. Now wash the leaf with water. Washing the leaf will prevent it from becoming brittle. Place it into watch glass and add iodine solution onto both the watch glasses on the leaf. Now you have to look at the observation. Petri dish with leaf A did not turn blue-black, but the petri dish with leaf B, you can see the leaf is blue-black. What may be the reason? You remember we kept KOH near the plant marked as A, but plant B did not have potassium hydroxide. So potassium hydroxide has done something to this plant here. The reason is potassium hydroxide has got a greater affinity to carbon dioxide. So whatever CO2 was available in that bell jar is completely absorbed by potassium hydroxide. So bell jar A did not have carbon dioxide at all, so the plants did not get carbon dioxide to carry out photosynthesis. Well, what about plant which was kept under bell jar B? There was no potassium hydroxide. So whatever carbon dioxide was available inside was there and the plant could carry out photosynthesis. So when we did the starch test, we could see that the leaf of plant A did not turn blue-black because there was no starch, and the leaf of plant B turned blue-black because it performed photosynthesis and starch formation was there. Now, let us go for a rapid fire round. Are you ready, children? Okay. The pigment that traps solar energy. Come on, tell me the answer. Yes. The purpose of keeping a plant in darkness for 72 hours? You should tell me the answer. Okay. The chemical which has got greater affinity to CO2. This is rapid fire. The chemical used to remove chlorophyll from the leaf. Name the immediate product of photosynthesis. No, it's immediate product. Name the gas evolved during photosynthesis. Name the structure in leaves through which exchange of gases take place. Name the chemical used for testing the presence of starch in leaf. What is the shape of the guard cells in the dicot plant? Name the cell organelle in which photosynthesis take place. Now let us see the answer key and your score. Okay. So most of the answers which you told is right. The pigment that traps solar energy, chlorophyll. The pigment that traps solar energy, chlorophyll. The purpose of keeping plant in darkness, destarching. The chemical which has got greater affinity to CO2 is KOH. Name the immediate product of photosynthesis, glucose. Name the structure in leaves through which exchange of gases takes place, stomata. Name the gas evolved during photosynthesis, oxygen. Name the chemical used for testing the presence of starch, iodine. What is the shape of guard cell in dicot plant, bean shaped? Name the cell organelle in which photosynthesis take place. What is your score, children? Very good. Okay, students, in the next class, I'll be teaching you a module on heterotrophic nutrition. Thank you.